This horror movie never shows the monster, and that's why it destroys your mind. The movie opens with nothing unusual, an empty hallway dimly lit, silent except for the faint hum of electricity. No music tells you when to be afraid. No shadows jump out. For the first 10 minutes, nothing happens, and yet your chest feels tight. People in the town begin to disappear, not violently, not dramatically. One moment they're there, pouring coffee, locking doors, laughing, and the next day their house is untouched, their bed neatly made as if they simply stepped out of reality. No blood, no signs of struggle, just absence. The characters start asking the question you're already asking. What is taking them? But the movie never answers. Instead, it gives fragments. A woman swears she heard breathing behind her, but when she turned around, the room was empty. A child says something stood at the end of his bed, but he can't describe it, only that it felt wrong. A man claims the thing has no shape, only pressure, like the air itself is watching. The camera never shows anything, not even a silhouette. When something attacks, the screen cuts away to a door slowly creaking open, to curtains moving without wind, to a character staring in terror at something we can't see. The screams come after. This is where the movie breaks you. Because the human brain hates missing information. When we don't know what we're facing, our imagination fills the gap, and it always creates something worse than reality. Your mind scans your own fears and builds a monster uniquely designed for you. Something that fits in dark corners. Something that waits when you stop looking. The characters begin to realize the truth. The creature grows stronger the more they try to understand it. Describing it gives it shape. Numbing it gives it form. So they stop talking about it, stop thinking about it. But fear doesn't disappear, it mutates. In the final scene, the last survivor sits alone in a room, lights on, doors locked. Safe, or so it seems. The camera lingers on their face as their expression slowly changes, not from shock, but from realization. They whisper, "It's not outside." Cut to black. No reveal, no explanation, no closure. And hours later, when you're lying in bed, staring into the darkness, your brain finishes the movie for you. That's why it stays with you. Because the monster was never on the screen. It was always in your mind. You said, "Fear doesn't come from what we see. It comes from what we can't see." When a movie shows the monster, your brain relaxes. Once it has a face, a shape, rules to follow, it becomes manageable. You know where it is. You know what it looks like. You know what to fear. But when the monster is never shown, your mind is forced to finish the story on its own. Complete the full story. ChatGPT said, "Fear doesn't come from what we see. It comes from what we can't see." When a movie shows the monster, your brain relaxes. Once it has a face, a shape, rules to follow, it becomes manageable. You know where it is. You know what it looks like. You know what to fear. But when the monster is never shown, your mind is forced to finish the story on its own. And your mind is cruel. The film follows a small group of people trapped in an isolated town after sundown. Nothing attacks them directly. No claws, no teeth, no chase scenes. What changes is behavior. Dogs refuse to go outside. Birds crash into windows for no reason. People wake up at night with the certainty that something is standing inches from their face, yet the room is empty. Cameras linger on empty spaces. A doorway held a second too long, a dark staircase no one wants to climb, a hallway where the lights flicker but never fully go out. Every frame feels like it's hiding something, even when it is. People begin disappearing, but not in dramatic ways. One man walks into the fog to check a noise and never comes back. A woman locks herself in the bathroom, whispering that she can hear something breathing on the other side of the door. When they finally break it down, she's gone. No blood, no damage, just silence. The worst part is the rules, or rather, the lack of them. Sometimes nothing happens. Sometimes everything happens. The threat isn't consistent, and that's what makes it terrifying. The characters try to protect themselves with logic, with plans, with weapons, but logic requires something visible. This thing never gives them that.